everyone, welcome to Straitjacket Talk, where it's two guys, a girl, and a horror show. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by a guy who is always suspicious of people pretending to be cops. It's Nathan.
I'm especially suspicious when they're not in uniform and don't have a gun.
That makes sense.
I tend not to hand those type of people my phone.
That's good advice. I'm also joined by a girl who always keeps a corkscrew within her reach. It's Gill.
What can I say? I love wine and blood.
Ooh,
Might be a vampire.
Oh, yeah.
we're learning something new about you. We watched Hush from 2016. It was written by Mike Flanagan and Kate Siegel. It is directed by Mike Flanagan. There is no box office numbers as Hush went to Netflix after release.
Oh, okay.
But if you had to guess a budget,
God damn it.
what would you guess?
I thought we were going to get off from this. Like, get off the
We're
hook.
getting off from it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I mean, tiny little cast. The special effects were good, but they weren't particularly involved. I'm going to guess $3.5 million.
I don't know. I'm going to say 10 million based off of estimation.
Estimation. Your estimation's a little too high. Nathan's closer, but you both went over. This only had a budget of $1 million.
Yeah, no, that's believable too. I mean, there was 5 actors in the whole movie, and it all took place in a house.
Pay your wife better.
Pay your wife better.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, man. Mike Flanagan is a lucky man.
Do you think he had to pay his wife?
He should.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's not his money. You know, Netflix is
true.
paying. You'd better get money for your wife.
Get that bag.
True. The Letterboxd rating is at a 3.2 out of 5 and currently sits at a 92% on the thermometer. So this is certified fresh. But what did we think of this movie? Before we go any further, if you could please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also hit the notification bell because when we have a new video, you'll be the first to know. Isn't that right, Nathan?
Yes, it's a privilege.
This was my pick for an episode. So the reason why I chose Hush for us to review is I've seen this movie multiple times. I remember when I first saw it, it really surprised me because I'm not a huge fan of what the
Home
fuck?
invasion.
Home invasion, yeah. Lost my train of thought there. Yeah, home invasion movies. I did like Strangers a lot, but most of them just, I don't know, they're too nihilistic for me and just are too boring and not really my thing. This one really surprised me in the elements that were in this movie. I think that this is a really good movie for tension and atmosphere and doing a lot with very little. And it makes me really want to see Mike Flanagan direct a Halloween movie at some point.
Yeah.
Because I think he nails those things that I love about the original 1978 Halloween in this movie. Like you said, there's a limited cast here. I think the limited cast, they all do really good jobs of selling whatever is going on. Like they're really good in their roles and they create this just very intimate horror movie. And I love it. I really do. I think there's a lot to talk about here because this is something that I think goes against a lot of different horror movies, and it's slower paced and you're sitting with the characters more. And I think that's a cool thing. It's not over the top. It's very grounded and there's a lot to like. Gill, is this your first time seeing Hush?
It is my first time seeing Hush. I think it was on my watch list on Letterboxd. So I'm glad you picked it because I forgot all about it and I didn't even really know the true premise of it until I've read the synopsis. And that really intrigued me because there is an episode of The Walking Dead. It's one of the newer episodes where one of the characters is deaf. It happens all inside a house. So it's also like a single location kind of home invasion episode. But you're experiencing it from the deaf person's point of view at times. And it was like one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. And it was like truly terrifying to me when I watched that. So I was like, I want to see more of that element in horror. So seeing Hush, I was excited about how they were going to do that, because if you're totally silent in a movie, you can kind of lose your audience. It's kind of hard to be tense when there's no sound. One of the things I really liked about this is kind of the ambient noise in the background. There's no like real sound, but you still feel some sort of tension, and like you kind of feel how maybe our main character Maddie feels and what she's experiencing. So I thought that was really interesting. And like you said, Kevin, the tension in this was incredible. Like this is a masterclass on how you build tension. Every beat was just had me intrigued. Even before the action started, I was very much interested in Maddie's life. I didn't really care if it went in a horror direction at that point, because they do such a good job of making you care about her character and what she's doing. Like she's trying to write her novel. She has writer's block. She lives alone and is isolating herself. And she has this friendship with her neighbor, Sarah. And like her just like cooking in the beginning. I don't know. It was like really endearing. And I just was so interested in her character. Katie Siegel is amazing in this. I was just on board with every single thing that happened. There were moments, you talk about the Strangers. I just came off of watching the new Strangers movie, Strangers Chapter 3, which was horrible. And it makes me so mad because I still haven't seen the original Strangers. I've just seen the newer ones, which is a shame, and I need to fix that. But I know a lot of people look up to that movie as a home invasion type movie. And I think this one should be up there too, because they're in a single location. We also just got off, I keep saying that, we just finished our last episode. We were doing Night of the Living Dead, the remake, and it was also a single location like
That's a
invasion movie. And we were that was a talking point of ours, and like, is it effective? Do we like that? I thought they did a really great job here keeping you interested, and you're never going anywhere else but the house and like maybe outside. Going back to the Strangers, it is much more nihilistic, but there were moments in this movie that I thought were going to get very nihilistic, and they kind of do a fake out at one point, which was crazy to me. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, this is going to end like this.
So I know the moment you're talking about.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was like mad.
I was into it. Like if that's where they were going to go, I was so on board.
I would have gone half star on it.
Oh, really?
Oh, dang.
That's an exaggeration, but
You don't like the nihilism?
I would not have been happy about that at all.
They didn't do that. So,
No.
but every direction they went, like I said, it was just so good. But Nathan, is this your first time seeing it? And what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is also my first time seeing it. And like Kevin, I think this is sort of a master class of how much you can do with a tiny amount of resources, a tiny cast, a tiny budget, a single location. It does an amazing job of building tension, just like you guys both said already. It's got a terrifying villain who starts with this mask that I was kind of like, it's cool. But then he becomes more scary when he takes the mask off, which was not something I expected at all. I was expecting him to stay sort of Michael Myers-esque. It's a very grounded horror movie. You do get the feeling like any and all of this could just be real, like it could happen. It could be based on a true story. I loved Kate Siegel's character. Mike Flanagan has a way of making you like characters in his movies. That he is able to get you to like Sarah more easily in 5 minutes than a lot of movies can do in their entire runtime.
I loved it. I loved Riley. I loved Aaron.
I liked how tight this movie was. It's like 82 minutes, something like that. It's really short. I'm also not a big fan of home invasion movies in general. I just, I find them to be mostly boring. And there was actually a couple of spots in this one where I thought it dragged a little bit. There was a little bit of repetition that kind of made me groan a little bit. There's a couple of spots in this movie where things happen that I was like, I'm not into this. I love Kate Siegel's character. I love the writer brain thing that they got in there. They set up literally everything at the beginning of the movie, which I think is awesome. The corkscrew, the fire alarm, all of that is set up before anything happens, really. I think this is a good movie. It's definitely better than most of the home invasion movies I've ever seen. It tends to be a genre that I avoid.
This one felt a little bit different, too, than most home invasions. I will say, though, like the remote atmosphere that this house is set in, I know it does happen in other home invasion movies, but I really like this just house in the middle of nowhere, and it becomes tougher when you realize that the main character is deaf. There's no safety out here for her. She's all alone. I guess she does have her neighbors, right? Sarah and John.
They seem to be very far away, though.
I was going to say, we don't see their house, right?
Yeah, Sarah's like on a hike to get to get to Maddie's house.
That's scary in itself, and I think like it right away draws you into Maddie as a character because she has no protection. She's alone. She's out there desolate, also deaf on top of it. So she has a disability as well. But it's like they turn all that and make it a big survival thing, right? She's using that to her advantage. And like you said, too, like the writing is very good because they do set up things like the alarm that she has specifically for her helps come back into play at the end of this movie.
It's that loud because she has to feel the vibrations in order to be woken up by it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. What did you think about the atmosphere, the house? Because we are in this house for a long time. I thought what was great, too, is this was shot on Steadicam, which is the same that John Carpenter uses. So you do get that. Every room has something, right? And we're going across. Jill, what did you think of the house?
Yeah, I really liked the house layout and just the house in general. Like a lot of the movie, especially before the horror starts, I'm just kind of admiring like how cozy her space is, and you just feel like comforted, right?
It feels safe at the beginning, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Until the sun goes down, basically, it feels safe.
That's a great point, too, because they start this movie right at dusk time, right? Like it's just starting to get dark. That's really cool. Yeah.
I like the layout of the house. It's pretty unique as well, like with the loft area. As soon as I saw the stairs and the fact that she had one of those when she goes up with like the cat food or whatever, I was like, ooh, I would be up in that loft, like using that as a vantage point. And I'm always like yelling at her, like, get to the loft. But really nowhere is really that safe. Like the loft isn't, probably just as safe as having different exits downstairs to run out of. So I love the whole house. I love the layout. I think it's unique. I want to live there. I also like, you talk about like the neighbors being very far away. It kind of reminds me of like, because I'm from a rural area and some houses are that far away. Like you have to like go through like woods basically to get to maybe your neighbor's house. That was like realistic for me, but also scary because you do have this peacefulness, but you also have no protection, like you said.
I thought the house was great. The isolation of them being far away from anybody was awesome. I do take issue with the electrical box being outside. Who does that? Why would you build a house like that? But, you can write it that way. That's fine. It's important to the plot. Like, if you want to turn my power off from outside, you need a chainsaw. So
I also love like the big windows and doors in this house too that are clear, so you can really see to the outside world. And I think there's a lot of cool scenes in this where she's just looking out and seeing him kind of going one way or another way, and it's it really sets up how cerebral and demented he is at the beginning too, when he is going for that box like right away, and we can see him.
He knows what he's doing. He's done this before. Obviously, from the hash marks on the crossbow that he uses, he's done this before. But it's made clear well before that, like, he's got plans. he's thought about this and, has experience.
I want to get to the killer. Something you said at the beginning, Nathan, was really cool, because I want to get your takes on this, because I think this is a maybe a point of contention with a lot of people. The mask and the way he looks, right? A lot of people were upset that he didn't wear the mask throughout this movie. But like you were saying, it kind of made him scarier once he took the mask off.
I think it was the right decision. I mean, it's the right decision just to get that one moment, really, to me. The mask is fine. I don't know. I've seen Michael Myers masks before. It takes a really impressive mask to get me to be into it, I think. When she writes on the window, "I didn't see your face and I won't tell anybody," and he comes up to her and, it's like, "Can you read my lips?" And she's like, "Yeah." He takes the mask off. It's like,
"You've seen it now, haven't you?"
"Well, you've seen my face now." It's like it communicates to the audience that this man has no intention of letting her live. He doesn't want to rob her. He's there to murder. And it's bone chilling. To me, that moment is worth taking off the mask for the rest of the movie because of what he says and his demeanor.
I can come in anytime I want. And I can get you anytime I want. But I'm not going to. Not until it's time.
He's scarier when he's talking. It's scarier that he's kind of a regular guy and not a Michael Myers or a Jason type. If I want to watch a movie with a masked man who's sort of extremely strong and supernatural, I'll watch a Halloween or a Jason movie. To me, this was the right choice. It would have changed the entire dynamic of the movie if he hadn't done that.
Oh, that's an awesome point. I agree with you now. I think when I first saw this, I was a little disappointed that he took the mask off early on in the film, too. It's within the first couple scenes that we see him throughout. So I was disappointed, but now I really agree with you. And that scene especially made me feel like, no, this was the right move. Like you said, he's there to kill her. He's there to have fun, and for this to be a game sort of idea.
Then we can have some fun. Enjoy it.
Jill, what's your thoughts on the killer? Did you like him taking the mask off or no?
Yeah, I think it's a power move too, because typically in a horror movie, the victim is trying to unmask the killer and find out who they are so they can get power or knowledge or whatever. But he flips the script on her and just takes that away from her before she can even use that as a vantage point. So him unmasking himself when she's trying to use the information that she didn't see him as a bribing point to get out of this possibly. He's like, no, that's not going to happen. I think that's really scary too. He's just malicious and he's mean. And you kind of need that in a home invasion movie. You need a villain like that. The mask. I'm a sucker for a mask that is striking to me, and I found this mask to be striking. I mean, we've seen masks that kind of look like it before, but nothing truly the same, exact same as this. I like that it's just white and it's very simple, and you can still see his eyes and other features. It's kind of like a half mask. So I thought it was really cool, and I think he's just a dirtbag of a character too. He's the worst. I don't know. I thought he was menacing enough and realistic enough. I love that he's also sizing up John when they have their little scuffle, and he knows he wouldn't be able to take someone as big as John on.
So you figured I had about a 2 in 10 chance. It came to a fight. She was just so damn big.
But he has to outsmart him. So he's like thinking about these things too. And she has to think about these things. Luckily, she's a writer and she sees different endings and she can kind of plan something that's strategic for her. Because she has to go against this guy who's thinking one step ahead of her all the time. So I like that's how she has to win.
Yeah, I like it. It's very cat and mouse, like you said. He's really planning things 1 or 2 steps in advance. So she almost has to catch up to that as well and kind of duel with him there mentally, right? Again, I'm an iconic image person. And in this movie, one of my iconic images is of him in the doorway with the door open with the mask on, just standing there. I think what's creepy is at first she doesn't notice him because she's deaf. She can't hear Sarah, right, going to the house, trying to get Maddie's attention. And then him just stabbing her like repeatedly over and over.
Was I the only one who was a little devastated by that? Honestly, like I really liked Sarah as a character.
Yeah.
Seeing her get gutted like a fish was like, oh, how does he do that? How does he make me like that character enough for me to have that reaction?
In like
she's
one
got,
scene.
like 5 minutes, basically.
Yeah, it's really good writing. This scene too felt very sexual to me, like the way he was stabbing her and looking at Maddie the whole time he was doing it.
Right.
This kind of sets up the idea that he's like, wait a minute, something's off here. Like she should be noticing me here. Yeah, so I think when they have that first confrontation, it's kind of this big thing because as the audience, we've seen him kill Sarah, like you said, who we like on the outside, and he's been on the outside just looking at her and stuff. Did he go inside first? Yeah, he went inside first.
Yeah, he went inside.
Yeah, I
took
forgot
her
about
phone.
that. Yeah.
While she was talking to her sister. By the way, her sister, all the actors in this movie are good except for her. That
was not good.
No, that was not good. Yeah.
This gets us, though, to like what you were saying, too, about him. He's ruthless. He cares about killing and having fun because right here, when he sneaks in the house, he could have killed her from behind and been done with it.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to have a game, right? He's a little psychotic. So John, Sarah's husband, comes to Maddie's house and is trying to figure out what happened to Sarah, right? This, I thought, was a great scene. This is probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie. You know, like it, Nathan?
No.
Oh.
This is one of the things about this movie that kind of bothered me because I thought John was just acting like a moron. Like, why are you putting your hands up for a guy with a flashlight?
Ground. Whoa. I said on the ground, drop it.
No, it's just a phone. I was just going to call the cops.
You know, why are you taking this guy's claim that he's a cop seriously when he has no uniform, no badge, no gun, nothing? Why did it take for him to drop the earring for him to actually catch on to what was going on? I love this movie, but this scene was, there was too much going on that I found frustrating and annoying.
I agree with what you're saying at the beginning there. I think, though, it's kind of like one of those human nature things. Like, what are you going to do if it's like happened to you sort of deal? You kind of freeze up, I think.
I guess.
I would freeze up. Like, I would know better, but I would freeze up.
Would you give him your phone?
Maybe.
I'm
terrible.
I wouldn't give him my phone. I would. Oh, you need backup? I'll call 911 for you right now. You're not getting a hold of my telephone. I can tell you're the guy who caused this writing to be on the window.
The parts I like, though, are when he does drop the earring. That point, they both know what's going on here. But, like, the killer can't reveal himself yet because he doesn't have the upper hand. So he knows John will beat the shit out of him and could kill him. John, he knows that this guy is probably the killer, but he doesn't know exactly what's going on either. So he's trying to, like, figure out and get him off his game a little bit. So that's what I liked. Like, there was that tension of, we know something's wrong here. They both know something's wrong here, but how do we get this conflict going? And unfortunately, it doesn't end well for John. And that kind of scared the shit out of me too, when he's like,
Yeah.
Jill, what'd you think of this scene? Did you like it?
Yeah, I really like that scene. I thought it was kind of funny because I just like didn't expect the killer to pretend to be a cop just kind of took me off guard. I was like, what the hell is happening? And I also feel like he's playing into it because maybe he does on a level already know that's the killer, and he's just trying to like be safe about it and like find a way to get an upper hand or something. I don't know. But I thought it was funny. I was into it. I'm glad that John didn't save her, because I would have been like pretty mad if John came and saved her. You know what I mean? And
I agree with that. Yeah.
We miss out on Maddie being a badass and like saving herself and
full Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
I think what's cool too, throughout this movie, there is very little music, and we're sitting with Maddie a lot of this movie. And at the beginning, we get all like the cool pops of the cooking sound she's doing. You have bigger sounds later with the siren going off and things like that. But like Gill said too, there's that ambient sound in the background that's kind of like what she's going through as well. So I really love that we're sitting with her while this is happening and really kind of getting an idea of what she's going through. Like, we're rooting for her so much, but we're also sitting with her the whole time. I don't know about you, but I was like, that's tension. I was like, oh my God, like, what do you do? Where do you run? And I like how she's like figuring that out too, right, Jill? You said like she's got that writer's brain that she's trying to picture what her next step should be. And that gets us to the scene you were speaking of earlier, right? Where she pictures herself. What's she going to do here while John has the killer strangled, but he's already dead, right? He's just got his last breath. And she pictures herself running into the woods and getting beat the shit out of with a rock to death.
You can't run.
I was wondering if they were doing a Psycho thing at that point.
Yeah, like killing her off.
I was like, there's definitely more time left in this movie. Are they going to bring in a different final girl? Is that what's going on here? I was devastated when that happened. I was like, no, you can't do this to me. That's not. I was just reminded at the beginning of the movie, she's trying to end her book and she's like, what if Aaron dies?
Aaron dies. Can't kill Aaron. It'll piss them all off. Didn't set it up properly.
No, everybody will be pissed if Aaron dies. Didn't set it up right. And I was like, no, that's correct. Don't do this to me. That you were correct when you were writing this.
I didn't even think of that. That's such an awesome tie-in.
I think it's foreshadowing for the fact that she's not dying there, but you don't know that necessarily.
Jill, were you pissed? Did you did you have the same reaction as Nathan? Or you said you wanted it to end that way, right? You were like,
I wasn't pissed. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, this is so bleak. I really didn't expect the movie to be that mean and vicious. So I was like, what are they going to do now? And then thankfully they didn't go that route. But if they did go that route, I would respect it, because I don't know, something about like a gut wrenching ending like that. But like also I wasn't really sure how the rest of the movie would play out. And it felt like there was quite a bit of length left to the movie at that point. Yeah. I'm glad that they did the little fake out. I thought it was another way to like get some more gore in there and some more terror.
At first, I had the same reaction. I was like, holy shit, how could they do this and like kill her like this? I almost had the same thing with you, Nathan, where I was like, okay, is there going to be another character here? Like maybe he goes to another house, but I was like, no, this is my, I knew at that time, I'm like, this is Mike Flanagan's wife. Like she's the star of this movie. So what are they going to do here?
He's not above killing his wife in a movie, though.
True.
He's done that a few times.
Yeah.
So, you know.
For her being like the bill, like you said, like the top bill, I was thinking Psycho spot. Again, I love being with her in those moments of tension and what would you do here? Where would you go? I love her trying to figure it out throughout. Like she has the scenes where she climbs on her roof and he shoots her with a crossbow. and she is
brutal.
She is badass though, like Jill said, because he goes to climb after her. And this is where most people kind of would be like, fuck, I'm fucked. And she just takes the crossbow from him and fucking jams him out. And then there's the other scene where she hits him in the head with a hand. the hammer or the arm, right? The arm.
The arm, yeah.
Yeah.
The killer taking damage, it was always satisfying because you hate him so much. It doesn't make him less scary somehow either, which is quite a feat.
I mean, there's even the scene where he takes Sarah's dead body and is like tapping on the window.
Oh my
like, he didn't have to
God.
do that, right?
No, he didn't
That was
have
sick.
to do that. It was so brutal and just vile, really. 4 stars. Vile 4 stars. Anyway.
When Maddie finally turns here, I mean, she's becoming full badass, right? Like she doesn't have any options, and she kind of has told herself, like, hey, the only way this ends is if I kill him.
There's only one ending he won't expect. He can't run, hide, or wait. What does that leave?
She's out of options. She can't run away. So I was very tense.
Yeah, and also when she's writing on the document on her computer, like the appearance of the killer and like died fighting or whatever, I was like, oh my God, there's a very real chance that she's going to die. And this is how the movie ends, with her family finding this letter or whatever. So it had me freaked out because I was like, I don't know if they're going to like go that route. That would be devastating. And it was like a realistic becoming a badass arc. Like she
Not
didn't
like
really
Barbara.
change too much. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm insinuating. Oh my God. Also the pouring the rubbing alcohol on her leg.
Oh, yeah.
That was so brutal.
That was awful.
The amount of pain that, like you couldn't even enjoy seeing Kate Siegel in her underwear because of it.
It's rough. Like there's a lot of scenes like that where she's like pulling an arrow out of herself. I don't know. She's always doing something to be one step ahead of this cat and mouse game.
I want to get into like the big thing too that she kind of experienced, which was her fucking hand. What is up with Mike Flanagan and hands?
The degloving in Jerem's game, and dude, I can't with the hand thing. I just
So gross.
I'm a guitar player, and just seeing it makes me cringe. Just want to crawl up into myself. That's like multiple surgeries, and her hand's still never going to be the same again. And the worst part about it too is that because she's deaf, her hands are her main form of communication.
God.
It even further isolates her.
Dang, that's so true. Oh,
I feel like that was done on purpose. Like, this is going to be the devastating thing. Other than killing her, I don't think there's a worse thing he can do than take away one of her hands. So
that's such a good point, because this is really the starting gun to her being like, there's no other options here. I have to kill him. And she has this badass scene, in my opinion, where she takes blood.
So badass.
He wanted to make sure she saw him, and he goes, I'm going to come in now.
I'm coming in.
And then she was like, do it, she wrote. And he's like looking at her like fuck. And she's like, coward. I love that.
He does seem a little bemused by it, though. Like, he's obviously not scared of her. Like,
He should be. She beat the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She really held her own. And then, we get the scenes, too, where she's just in and out a little bit, right? Because she's getting woozy from all the blood loss. This scene I never really liked until this last watch, when I realized he came in through the bathroom window, did he not? Because I was always like, how did he get in the tub behind her?
You see it like crashing in the background, right?
Yeah,
That's what I thought, yeah.
You see the glass breaking. It's extremely out of focus. There's like a very, very shallow depth of field on the camera. It actually, if you look, you can see that I believe her ears are even out of focus. Only her face is in focus.
Gotcha. Yeah, because at first I was like, how the fuck did he get in there? And I do like the scene because it is creepy. And this is kind of his downfall right here, is this scene, because he does have a moment of, it's kind of like the villain monologuing a little bit, right?
I bet if I hit the right spot, I can make you scream.
And when he's like talking, he's like, I'm going to make you scream. She gets the breath on her neck. How fucking creepy is that she just has somebody behind her? Ugh.
Oh, yeah. And they put you in her perspective for that too, because you're not hearing him break the glass either.
Yes.
You're hearing the ambient noise that is supposedly what all she can hear.
Yeah, I like that. I do appreciate it goes between like us hearing like the ambient sounds, which she can hear, and the other sounds too. I had heard that Mike Flanagan wanted to make this a completely silent movie, but I think it's way more powerful when it goes between, so you can really get the differences of what's going on. Yeah. That's my opinion. I don't know. Did you guys like that, or was it overwhelming?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I liked that a lot. I do wonder how this movie would have been different if he had done what he originally set out to do, which was make this movie entirely silent. That's one of those things, though. It's a huge risk because I feel like you can't know if it would work until you've just done it and spent the $1.2 million, on it. There's an episode of Only Murders in the Building, which is entirely silent from the perspective of a deaf character. And I thought that was really cool. But at the same time, Only Murders in the Building is only half an hour long.
Yeah.
So whether or not it would have worked, whether or not I would have liked that better, I don't know. I think the only way to know is to actually see it, which is impossible at this point, obviously.
I think what's cool, too, and what's great about Kate Siegel is her expressions throughout are really very much her saying things, right, without saying anything. And again, an iconic shot here is the ending where he's on top of her after she sprays him with the fucking wasp spray in the eyes. And I just love the shot of him choking her, and his eyes are all red from the wasp spray and just her face. I feel like we're very much in that with her again, like feeling that and rooting her on, trying to get her to that corkscrew.
Get him.
What were your thoughts on the ending, Jill? Did you like what ended up happening here? Because she barely survives. I feel like we barely survived too, because watching this, it feels like going into a horror movie and being beat up the whole time.
Yeah, it was rough. I like the ending. It was a happy ending, I guess, but also not, because everything she loves, like her hand, gnarly though, so gnarly. But the fact that her best friend who lived next door, I love their relationship. I love that Sarah was learning sign language.
I finished your book. I know you can read my lips, but I'm getting better.
To be able to talk to Maddie, like, that's so sweet. And she was like pretty good at it. So you know she's been working on it. And she read her book, and she's trying to invite Maddie over to her house, like trying to get her out, trying to be a friend. So it was really upsetting that she's now truly isolated out in the woods. Who knows if she'll stay there. But yeah, I liked how it ended.
She still has her cat, bitch.
We didn't talk about, yeah, I love that.
That was
independent little bitch.
Yeah. I do like when he was about to kill the cat, I believe.
That was his intention. He said it out loud.
Nailed to the front.
Yeah, he wouldn't have said it if he was going to do it.
Exactly.
And we know what he's capable of. That I like that she finally gets that fucking crossbow to work. That was like the first time she was able to shoot it, because she had been trying throughout, and just watching her struggle, it was hard to take. This ending I do like, because I wouldn't have liked one where everybody dies, because this felt like a very big struggle. Like I said, like, we're going along with her. She's beat up. It would have just felt like for nothing at the end. And this kind of gave it, I know it's a happy ending, but it's not all happy. Like you said, there's the friends that got killed. There's her hand that's fucked up. Really, the only thing that's happy is that the cat bitch survived.
Well, and Maddie.
I don't know about you both, but when she was walking out of the door there and we see the police lights in the distance coming, I was like, is he gonna fucking like jump out here?
Oh, yeah, but this isn't that kind of movie. This is grounded. There's no camp here.
Yeah. What'd you think, Nathan? Did you like the ending, or did you want more of a a sad ending?
No, I'm always rooting for the happy ending. I know horror fans, they like bleak endings. Happy endings or Mickey Mouse shit. I am the opposite. I'm always rooting for the happy ending. It's not to say there aren't sad and bleak endings I'd like. But I'm always rooting for the character to live, for the good guy to win. I thought it was good. I thought it was badass is really what it comes down to. Watching Maddie kill him, finally getting that corkscrew and stabbing him in the neck and the blood spurting out 5 feet because she got him right in the aorta. Ugh. Like, that's a yes moment. It's very cathartic.
This is good writing because your protagonists are ones like Maddie, you want to root for everything. Yeah. She's a fighter. You want to fight with her. The antagonist is the guy that you're rooting against and like really rooting against because there's no redeemable qualities to this guy.
No, he's very one-dimensional.
Yeah. Yeah, so fuck this guy. He's got to take that corkscrew in the neck. If he doesn't take that corkscrew in the neck, then
why did I watch the movie? If you're gonna set up a guy that bad, you got to kill him in a way that makes me pump my fist.
I know me and Nathan had talked a little bit. The shush cut, which is completely in black and white. Jill, did you see that at all, or no? You watched it in color?
I watched it in color.
So I watched it twice because I don't like taking notes on my first time watching a movie. And I accidentally watched the shush cut in black and white first. And I was like, oh, I didn't know this movie was in black and white. And so I went to watch it again today to take notes. And I realized, oh, it's not in black and white.
What the hell?
If I'm being honest, I don't think the black and white really changes that much. I would say watch it in color. I don't think it adds or really subtracts. It's just kind of, it's fine, I guess. I prefer it in color, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like stylized. I would say if you like this movie, watch the shush cut. It does have a little bit, obviously, stylized difference, but
yeah,
I agree.
It's, I think a lot of times I find that movies that weren't shot in black and white intentionally don't work as well in black and white as movies that were, because shots get set up differently, lighting is done differently and stuff like that.
This is not a Night of the Living Dead remake situation.
Right. Where like Night of the Living Dead in color looks like ass.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm not talking, not the remake. I'm talking about the colorized version.
I know what you're talking about, but
it looks so bad.
You calling it ass?
It is ass. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Yeah. The book that Maddie wrote is Midnight Mass, which Mike Flanagan went on to make Midnight Mass, the miniseries on Netflix. Can't remember when exactly. I think it was 2021, 22.
Yeah, it was around like the pandemic.
The woman who plays Sarah is in that, and she plays the worst person in the entire universe.
Ooh.
Dang.
Which is funny.
I need to watch it. It's been on my list.
It's
Mine
so
too.
good. I think it's 10 episodes long, and so it's 10 hours of television. But it's worth it. It's really good.
He also had the book in Gerald's Game, too. Kind of crazy that he put it in there.
What?
Midnight Mass, the book.
It's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just on a bookshelf or something like that. Like, it's not made a big deal of.
I think she grabs it at one point or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, by accident.
Gerald's Game is another good one. We got to do that eventually.
Yes.
That is a good
Love
one.
it.
Yeah. We're on to quote or kill. We're going to give you our favorite quote of the movie, or our favorite kill in the movie, or both. Nathan, start us off.
Not many kills to choose from, so my favorite kill is Sarah, just because of how horrifically devastating it is. I didn't care that much about John. We didn't get enough time with him for me to really care that much. Sarah's death was also really brutal. And then my favorite line is when he takes off the mask and says, "You've seen it now, haven't you?" It's just bone chilling, like I said earlier in the episode. It's terrifying. Jill, how about you?
Favorite quote. Also really interesting finding your favorite quote from a movie that has not that much dialogue. So I thought it was really interesting that my favorite quote is like an actual quote like she wrote in her blood. Kevin already
yeah.
talked about it. The do it coward. I love rage baiting a man. All you have to do is like just insult them in some way and they'll be so injured that, you know, obviously he's going to lose it and come on in. And so, yeah, I loved her getting her power back, and she really did struggle to like fight. Like she fought her way to the death out of this. So I love that she just invited it in. That was her solution. That whole scene I really liked. My favorite kill, I was going to say that it was the killer at the end, because I did love that scene where she stabs him in the neck and the blood is just like spurting. I love blood spurt and in any horror movie. And I love that it's like all over her face, like it's splashed on her face, and just have that image of her laying there.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. But I did forget Sarah's kill, because you brought it up, Nathan. Like it is very horrific. The way that he's just like softly, continually stabbing her, just like talking about her kill during this whole discussion, like it being this weird kind of like sexual manipulative thing. We care so much about Sarah because she was a really great character, and just like how brutal it was. And then using her corpse as like a toy to mock Maddie. Sick. It's so sick. So yeah, I'm going to have to say maybe it's a tie. I love that kill too, after just talking about it.
It's funny too, Jill, you had talked about before, like their house is probably far away from Maddie's house. So in theory, that means he must have chased her from their house. That even makes it worse, that it was more like a game for him, probably. Ugh.
He's a bad guy. He's not a good guy.
My favorite kill is actually John's. I like it because it came out of nowhere. He used the opportunity of Maddie pounding on the door to try to get John's attention, to let him know, like, hey, this is the bad guy. And then like really quick, it just happens. And what made it even worse is part of my quote, my favorite quote, which is when the killer goes, "It's done.
It's done. It's done. It's done."
It's done.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that was good. It's like, no, stop trying. It's done.
You're right. It's over.
Fuck you. God, fuck that guy. He sucks so bad.
My favorite quote is actually the same as Jill's when Maddie did the "do it, coward" on the door. Another iconic image, in my opinion, of using her blood. And we get a foreshadowing earlier of the scene we talked about too, with Nathan's favorite quote, where she did it in lipstick, saying, you know, basically, "I haven't seen your face" or whatever, but this time it's in blood. She's pissed. And Jill, like what you were saying too, makes me think this is actually the catalyst which makes him screw up and get overzealous when he is in that bathtub behind her, because this has pushed him over. You know, how dare she go after me? I'm gonna make her pay. And instead she makes him pay. It's time for a Letterboxd rating. We're gonna rate this movie from 1 to 5 stars. 1 is Maddie's cripple hand. 5 is the cat surviving. I love when an animal survives a horror movie. Jill, you go first.
I am going to give Hush a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun but interesting and unique movie. I think just the whole concept of being deaf during a home invasion is terrifying, and I love how they played with this concept, like the cat and mouse games, how malicious it was, the fake out, which was crazy, and the use of a single location was extremely effective here. You don't get like bored being stuck in just the house or just outside of the house. They use every opportunity they can, every piece of the house they can, to like further the plot and further the chase. Really liked the acting. So yeah, I thought it was a great watch. I don't really know if I have anything like negative to say about it to like take off a star. It just like wasn't a 5-star movie for me. But maybe that'll change during a future watch. What about you, Nathan? How do you rate Hush?
I'm going to rate it 4 stars as well. This movie is a masterclass in tension, as we've been saying all along. Like, it gets your heart pounding. You really want Maddie to survive, and there's so much danger, and it makes you wait a lot of the time. I did think there was some issues with repetition a little bit. Like, okay, we're distracting him by doing this and then going to get the phone. We're distracting him by doing this. And then, I don't know what she was doing on the roof, to be honest with you, but whatever. That middle section dragged just a little bit, not too bad. And I didn't like the scene with John all that much. I know both of you did, but I was kind of frustrated by it. Although his kill was pretty brutal. I like Hush a lot. It's one of the rare home invasion movies that I definitely enjoy. So 4 stars.
It's funny. Again, you and me are on the same wavelength because I don't like home invasion movies, but this one hit it for me. Just the tension, the atmosphere, the acting, I think is superior. When you only have a couple actors that are really carrying this movie and one of them doesn't talk the whole time.
She's so good.
That's really cool. I think she did an amazing job. I just love the cinematography in this. I love that steady cam. I love looking in every room, guessing where he's going, where he is, where he's going, what should she do. I love being in a character's mindset. That really I enjoy. Some of that too. I was a huge fan of the original Purge movie, and a lot of that reminded me of this. And just with those characters, what are you gonna do here? What's your next step? And I love how they work that into the actual main character being a writer and thinking. She drops it early in the movie about she has it in her head.
Yeah.
It's her mother's voice, and she sees all the different endings. So I love that. Like you said, Nathan, they work the beginning stuff into the ending and the rest of the movie, too. And I think it's really good writing. For me, it's 5 stars. I really love this movie. This is one that I am going to own on physical media. I haven't picked it up yet, but I do want to get the shush cut, too, because I think that is a cool stylized version. Like I said, if you like this movie, I think it's cool to see. I finally saw it for the first time today, which I had never seen before after multiple times watching. So 5 stars. Before we end the episode, we want to let you know what we've been up to. The Miles of Madness, we just watched Leprechaun 3. My first time watch.
Banger, right?
It was a banger. Nathan didn't like it that much, but
it's the best one.
I do think I was too harsh on it in my review, honestly. I think I should have given it a Survivor, but
retroactively.
Yeah, retroactively give it a Survivor. It's definitely not a goddamn killer. I don't know.
Who could have rated it a killer?
Everybody but me.
Yeah, Joe, we all loved it. Again, except for Nathan. But Nathan, you thought it was like maybe the best Leprechaun movie you've seen, right?
100% the best Leprechaun movie. It has a lot of really great moments. I just found parts of it dragged quite a bit, and I found myself looking at my phone too much.
Yeah, this was fun. I mean, Leprechaun in Vegas, need I say more? Yeah. It's enjoyable. If you haven't seen it, go see it, especially for St. Patty's Day.
It's classic.
It really is. It really is. There's a lot to love here. You know, I want to get your opinion, Jill, because when we had covered Leprechaun 2, you said you love the limericks, right? His limericks in 3 are just beyond good. Are they not? I mean, there's so many of them.
Yeah. And you get like the lore of leprechauns through the computer.
Yep.
All of that.
It's all good stuff. We had fun with it. I recommend it. Something else I saw was Cool Runnings. It's been a while since I've seen Cool Runnings. Our friends, we thought this was good, just reviewed it. And I was like, man, I haven't seen that movie in 30 years. It is so good. I gave it 5 stars, by the way.
Did you really? Is it a 5 star? I haven't seen that movie since I was like a kid. Like, not even a teenager.
Me too, man.
A child.
Yeah, me too, man. So, like, probably 90. It came out in 93. I probably saw it in the theater. Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's a fun movie. I remember.
John Candy is awesome in it. The anniversary of his death was just recently, but I've been seeing more and more movies with him. Like I saw Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for the first time. That's my favorite John Candy movie, but like Uncle Buck's also one of my favorites.
Uncle Buck is great. Yeah.
He's so good. And Cool Runnings, he's really good in. I think Cool Runnings, like children's movie that has some depth and this everything underneath it all and what they go through is really inspiring. So to see that as a child, but also be entertained.
Yeah.
is key.
Yeah. What an ending.
Yeah, the ending is awesome. And it's based on a real story. You know, I know it's a movie, but it's based on a real story. So that's cool. I forgot to say Leprechaun 3, I would give it 4 stars on Letterboxd. I loved Leprechaun 3. Finally, Scream 7, saw that. We have an episode, Miles of Madness did a bonus episode. I will say, I think I like it better than most people. Most people are not very high on it, but I had a really good time. It's one of those just popcorn horror movies that I would recommend going into and having fun with and not thinking too deeply on. I also gave that 4 stars. Gill, how about you? You saw Scream 7, did you not?
Yes, I did. Me and my friends, we all got a whole row at a theater, and we all went for movie night. So that was a really fun experience because we all love horror. And it was our first time like all going to the movies together, like as a group like that. Like you said, it was a popcorn flick. I had my popcorn, my M&Ms, me and my friends just chilling, watch the movie. It was cool to see everyone's reactions. Everyone was just having fun with it. I think they all liked it also more than me, but I still thought it was fun. Yeah, when I did the ranking, I think this is maybe my second least favorite Scream movie. So it's just maybe better than Scream 3. But I don't know. To me, it was like missing some of the things that I want in a Scream movie. I didn't really love the killer reveal. The motivation seemed kind of off for me. I don't know. I just love Melissa Barrera and I love Jenna Ortega. So it really hurt me for them to not be in this movie. And I think they also had to
dumb reasons as well.
And for dumb reasons. And they had to rewrite the whole movie because they weren't in it anymore. So, and you can tell like this was kind of just like pieced together, like during a crisis sort of situation.
Right.
I love that Neve Campbell is back. Her daughter was like really bland as a character for me. I love McKenna Grace. I thought her part was really cool. I kind of wish that she was the daughter because she was just like so good. I gave it, I think, 3 stars, but it was still fun.
We're not that far off.
Yeah, I had a fun time. So here's the thing. Even a bad Scream movie, it's a decent movie. Like
we've
overall.
said. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with you. The reveal to me is the worst part. Somebody we're friends with, Brian, who has Out of the Darkness Productions, he said on his review, and I agree with him, this is different than other Screams in the sense that this is set up more like a straight ahead slasher movie versus the whodunit. Like we've said, it's a popcorn just slasher movie. And I think if you can just do that and go in and have fun, it's good. But like if you're looking for the whodunit and the reveal and some of the other things that some of the better Screams do well, that's not this movie. And I understand the frustration. I do.
Yeah, I've been seeing people saying, no, this is the first Scream I just didn't like. This is a bad Scream movie. That's all over the internet. I don't know.
I think if you really like Scream too, this one might be a tough one for you. But like Jill said, I don't think there's a bad Scream movie. There just isn't.
I should clarify. I haven't seen Scream 7. I don't have an opinion. I can't.
Yeah, but, no. I think you're right, though.
Everyone I know, I think for the most part, really liked it. So I feel kind of like they're curmudgeon. So I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, actually. One more thing, though, that I noticed that this Scream movie didn't have that at least like the newer ones like 5 and 6 kind of had, where they did like updated movie references when they do the phone call, what's your favorite scary movie, and they do trivia. I kind of liked that in the previous ones, like when Jenna Ortega answers the phone, they're talking about like movies like The Babadook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They really missed out on an opportunity to do something like that in Scream 7 because they were referencing like older, kind of more deep cut horror movies. It was a different tone, and I really loved Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, and so them not being in this was really hard for me.
I understand that.
The other things I watched for Valentine's Day, I had ordered a copy of the Blu-ray for Warm Bodies because it had been a while since I had seen it, like 2013 when it came out, I think was the last time I saw it. And I just remember going to the theater with my friends and we thought it was the greatest movie ever. We thought about it fondly. So I was like, yeah, I'll get this DVD for my Valentine's Day with my friends. We put it on, but at this point it was like our third movie in our marathon. So
Oh no.
we just muted it and put on like records with the movie in the background.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's a cool
I don't know.
idea.
Yeah, it actually kind of went with it too. I think I had the Freddy versus Jason soundtrack on at one point, and it actually went
banger.
together pretty well. Actually, a lot of bangers. Yeah.
I love that you love like early 2000 horror movie soundtracks. Like that's
Hell
awesome.
yeah. That's my jam. So yeah, rewatched it after that with sound, and it's supposed to be a horror comedy, and it was probably like one of my first horror comedies I'd ever seen, and it's a zombie movie, so it's like all of the things that are up my alley. But I was a different person in 2013, I think, because it kind of sucks. Like,
Oh, does it?
Oh, dang.
no.
it's not great. And then I bought it, so now I have it, and I don't want it.
You
But
put it on your shelf. It's part of the display, you know?
I guess
your
there's so many.
collection.
Yeah.
There's just Lisa Frankenstein, horror comedy, zombie.
Yeah.
What else do you need? You don't need warm bodies. Did you guys see that one before?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, no. It wasn't getting good reviews back then, I don't think.
Oh, I was a
And-
different person.
Yeah, well, and I was almost 30 when that movie came out, I believe,
Okay.
right?
You were a different person too, Nathan.
Yeah.
What'd you give it on Letterboxd?
2 stars. So pretty
Oh
bad.
boy. Okay.
That's pretty low for you.
Yeah. Listen, there was CGI in it, and it was bad CGI of like the skeletons.
Oh no. That's
And I had just come off of watching, I haven't talked about this yet, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. So
I do
seeing
love me some Army of
skeletons,
Darkness.
seeing horror comedy done right, Bruce Campbell, and then this is like coming on really bad time for him.
Yeah.
He just announced that he has cancer, which
It
is
sucks.
really sad. But yeah, I watched Army of Darkness and it was amazing. It's how a horror comedy should be. It's not my favorite Evil Dead movie. Evil Dead 2 is my favorite Evil Dead
Mine
movie.
too. Yeah.
But it's not even like the same genre, Army of Darkness.
No, Army of Darkness is fantasy horror rather than,
Yeah.
you know.
It's still a banger.
I
It's a
love
banger.
Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness is the only Evil Dead movie I have seen, actually. Oh, other than the
What?
remake, the 2013
Oh yeah,
remake.
yeah. I was gonna say we watched that. We reviewed that.
I love Army of Darkness.
Yeah, I gave that 3.5 stars. Probably because maybe I wanted more horror and it's not my favorite Evil Dead movie, but it's kind of like a Scream movie, even if not the best Evil Dead movie.
Honey,
is
you got
good.
real ugly.
That was fucked up. And that was also Miss Honey from Matilda. So I love her.
Shit. Really?
Yeah.
I love
that's the
Miss
same
Honey.
actress. So I did an episode on It's Lay's podcast for Army of Darkness. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts on that, you can go see it. Real quick, also, I did another thing for It's Lay's podcast, Now Slaying. We did a double feature of Whistle. I might have talked about that on the last episode.
You did.
And Strangers Chapter 3, which is like the worst movie I've probably ever seen. I gave it half a star. It was horrible.
Yeah, that's real bad for you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For anybody.
but it was bad, dude. Even the people in the theater, like around me, and this was like the day before it was pulled out of like all of my local theaters at 10 p.m. There was like a handful of other people there, and I could like they were like audibly talking about like how bad it was. So
Right.
it was a bad trilogy. None of the movies were good, but this is the finale, and
Right.
it was just horrible. So Nathan, what have you been up to?
I watched a couple of Federico Fellini movies. So I watched Juliet of the Spirits, which came out in 1965. It is his first color movie, actually. First movie in color. It's in Italian, of course. It's about a woman who suspects her husband of being a two-time cheater. And she gets involved in some weird spirituality stuff. It's just kind of her journey, her emotional journey of learning about her husband being a two-timing cheater. That's does some real surrealist things, and she has dreams and visions, and there's a seance where weird stuff happens. She meets a woman who's on the wild side. She got married like right out of high school, and she has never really known herself outside of her marriage, and so she's kind of on a self-discovery journey. And it's really good. Federico Fellini's wife stars in it. There is theories that the husband character is based on Federico Fellini himself, and that this whole movie is like an apology to his wife, which kind of makes sense because the husband is a terrible person and his wife is basically perfect. I don't know if you've ever seen a Fellini movie, but it is very Fellini. Mm-hmm. People talk fast, they talk a lot, and they talk over each other. There's points where the subtitles just kind of give up and stop because there's too much talking.
They're overworked.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like at that point, it doesn't matter what they're saying. The feeling you get from the overlapping voices is what's important. The overwhelming feeling from it, you know, the visions and the dreams are weird and crazy and Fellini, and they're metaphors, and it's very David Lynch, except it came well before David Lynch. So yeah, it's a great movie. I gave it 4.5 stars. Then I watched Spirits of the Dead, which is an anthology movie. There's 3 stories. The first 2 are directed by other people. The last one is directed by Fellini, and the Fellini section is really the only section I think you need to watch. I gave the whole movie 3.5 stars. I gave each section its own star rating, and the Toby Dammit, which is by Fellini, gets 5 stars. It is an incredible half-hour short movie. It made me wish that Fellini did more horror. This is his only contribution to the genre. It's about an alcoholic, washed-up actor who keeps seeing the devil in the form of a young girl with a red ball. And it's really creepy, and it's very Fellini, again, with people talking fast, talking a lot, talking over each other, and eventually the subtitles give up. It's available on Criterion Channel. That's the only place you can really find it. Same with Juliet of the Spirits, actually. Almost all of Fellini's work is on the Criterion Channel. I haven't seen anything by him that's as good as I think 8.5 is yet, but I'm going to keep watching. It's all good, though.
All good Fellini.
And then the last thing I watched is a Charlie Kaufman movie. It was written and directed by Charlie Kaufman. This is the first movie I've watched of his that he actually directed, because he didn't direct Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or Being John Malkovich. He just wrote those. This movie is incredible. It's about a young woman who is going with her boyfriend to meet his parents for the first time. But not everything is as it seems. It was sort of sold as Charlie Kaufman does horror. Very, very loose definition of horror, if it is horror. It goes full on like Inland Empire style surrealist. Something will happen and then your character will turn around and something else entirely is going on. It's basically 4 sections: on the drive to the house, spending time with his parents in the house, driving away from the house, and then I won't spoil what the end section is about. It stars Jesse Plemons and Jesse Buckley. It's funny, when I saw Jesse Plemons and I had been sold on this as like Charlie Kaufman does horror, I was like, Jesse Plemons, he's the bad guy. He's so typecast in my mind as, you know, the guy from Breaking Bad who shoots a kid. But no, he's not the bad guy. The bad guy is time. It's very cerebral. I don't know how to fucking explain this movie. I don't know how to explain any of these movies. I watched a bunch of real weird shit.
You're doing a good job.
4 stars.
I'm thinking of ending things 4.5 stars, but I think it's actually a 5-star movie. I think I fucked up.
Better change it.
Yeah, I got to change it. Jessie Buckley is amazing in it. Jesse Plemons is amazing in it. Toni Collette is amazing in it. And that's most of the cast right there.
What's it called again? I'm sorry.
I'm thinking of ending things.
I'm thinking of ending things. Okay.
Which you would think is a movie about suicide, but Jesse Buckley's character is actually thinking of ending things with her boyfriend Jake, Jesse Plemons' character.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was going to be a suicide movie.
No. This is not a movie for Kevin, would be how I would put it. It's very, very confusing and things don't make sense. And
I'm a simple person.
No. You know how there's just some movies where it's just like, no, this person's not going to like that.
I understand.
But yeah, that's everything I've been up to. I'm thinking of ending things is on Netflix. It's owned by Netflix and will be there forever and never on physical media, which makes me upset because I immediately went looking for a Blu-ray and
they should release theirs. I thought they were talking about doing that for a minute.
They did release a few things.
Okay.
Through Criterion, actually.
Oh, okay.
Like Uncut Gems was Netflix and actually K-pop Demon Hunters is going to be in the Criterion collection.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding.
Banger.
And Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein's coming to the collection as well.
Okay.
I was at Barnes and Noble the other day and I went in the vinyl section and the like physical media section, like Blu-rays and stuff. And they had like, it was kind of like a box. It was for Anora and it was so nice. And then they have the regular ones out and it's so less nice. And they only have one of those left. So I was like, oh, I should buy it. And I didn't buy it and I fucking hate myself.
What do you mean, like the box? Is it like cardboard sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
I
thicker.
think that's just how the 4K come, like thick. Oh, yeah, it is thick, isn't it? Yeah, I have that.
Thick.
Yeah. I have that actually. It's 3 discs and a giant book. It's really good.
I need it.
Yeah. It's
so hot.
Go get it.
Get it. I will let you both know when the next 50% off sale comes into my email.
Please.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I know like 4Ks from Criterion are $50 until that sale, and it's just like that's
It's a lot of money.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never buy any of them at full price because it's too much.
Dude, there was a nice copy of Ghost World as well, and I fucking love that movie.
I've never seen that one, actually.
So it's based off of a comic book. So I've read the comic book as well. So the artwork for the Criterion version has like the comic artwork on it and the movie artwork, and it's like kind of blended in a really cool way. And I was like, ugh, I need this.
You're like me. You appreciate good cover art.
That's all I want.
Well, that does it for our episode on Hush. But we'll be back soon with a new episode, and we're going to be reviewing The Ring, the American version. That will be coming soon. I haven't seen it in forever, so I'm excited.
It's been a while for me, too. And I'm in love with Naomi Watts, so.
Wow. Little tease.
Yeah.
But until then, back to the padded room with you. I'm coming inside now.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, that's a loaded question, so.